Sup, you guys? ASD Classified here. So, the finale of Super Megaflop has finally aired in America. So, I'm gonna do a review of it. Yes, the legendary battle. The episode that was 21 years in the making. You guys, wasn't it just amazing? Oh my god. Okay, let's get into this review. So, this episode picks up right where the last one left off. Emperor Marvo Domini is pissed that the Rangers killed his two sons, so he decides to unleash his entire army onto the Earth. He's gonna completely invade our planet. So, he sends like millions of Velocifighters, Armada ships, to attack the planet. The Rangers do their best to combat this threat. They call on all their Zords, but it wasn't enough. The Rangers got their asses whipped, and apparently all of their Zords have been destroyed. Yes, all 50 billion of their Zords were apparently destroyed. It's kind of weird to think about that. Like when you think about Red Lion. So Red Lion was destroyed too. The only living Zord. It's kind of weird. But then again, if you're thinking about Wild Force and the Wild Zords never really stay dead for too long, so yeah, it'll be back. But right now, all of their Zords have been destroyed. And Emperor Marvo, instead of just taking over the planet right then and there, he decides to give all the Earthlings one day to, I don't know, think about their insolence or some shit. And then he'll be back tomorrow to conquer them. Okay. And now, we're in this episode and, yeah. So, the civilians, they're trying to collect themselves after, the attack on the city and whatnot. And then we see old school Rangers helping people out. So, the first old school Rangers we see are Dana and Carter. So there's this old man, he's hurt, he's been injured by a piece of building that fell, so he's on the ground injured, and Dana and Carter are running to him, right? Dana is running to help this man in high heels. The first time I saw this, I just fell out laughing, like, this girl, she better run in them heels, you better run. Are you serious? Why do you have heels on, ma'am? Why? The earth has been invaded. You got your heel. How are you even walking? This is so fucking stupid. Okay, so Dana runs in these high heels. She gets to this man amazingly without tripping once, and she checks his heart, and apparently that means he's okay. His heart is fine, but could have had some broken bones or something, but it's good that his heart is okay. So, whatever, okay. Then, we cut to another scene with a bunch of people trapped in the elevator, right? And one of the extras in the elevator, oh my god, she is trying to go places. Like, you could tell she was just acting. Like, in the face, she's like, oh my god. Like, she was trying to give it to you, It's just... And then, like, later on, there's one man, he kept screaming for help. Like, help! Somebody help! And she's like, nobody can hear us! Oh my god. I was dying. Like, she is trying to go places. I was dying. But then, TJ and Cassie helped them out of the elevator. It was just... okay. Both of those scenes were just hilarious to me for all the wrong reasons. But okay, we also had a scene where Tommy saved some little kid, and this scene wasn't funny to me at all. It just was lame to me, man. It hurts me to say that because Tommy, he's my favorite Ranger. So the scene where he shows up, it should have been greatness for me, right? No, he just shows up to save this kid who can't act worth a damn. And also, both of them just had really generic, cheesy ass lines, and it was just lame to me. It's just, I always say this, there's good cheese and there's bad cheese. And this scene with Tommy, it was just bad, stinky cheese. I don't know, dialogue is just step up the dialogue game. God, this season. There was also this nighttime scene where we have a bunch of the civilians getting together like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? Have the Rangers really been destroyed? Oh no, you know. And we saw a bunch of other legendary Rangers in the background looking at the civilians too. So we saw Wes and Damon at that point, and we also saw Corone there. Oh, bring back some memories, Corone. I guess it's not so fun being on the other side of the alien invasion, huh? So, yeah, so there was that. And then the Megaforce Rangers, they regroup and shit. Orion comes back, so, you know, 6 Rangers together again to fight evil. Okay, next scene, daytime. Noah, Jake, Gia, and Emma, they fight Red Kerr. Was that general's name? I don't know. Like, the villains who popped up at the end are not really that fucking important. So yeah, those 4 Rangers, they fight Red Kerr. Meanwhile, T-Roy and Orion decide to make a 2-man assault against the Emperor. You know, they feel like, you know, defeating random Red Kerr and grunts, that's not gonna stop this war. What's gonna stop this war is taking out the Emperor. So Orion and T-Roy, they jump on Orion's ship and they fly right towards the Emperor's spaceship, and they have to fly through all those damn Armada ships to get to him, right? So eventually Orion and T-Roy, they crash into the main Emperor spaceship, and they jump in there and they fight the Emperor, and Orion is holding the Emperor back while T-Roy hacks into the spaceship systems, and he activates the ship's lasers, and he ends up blasting away all the Armada ships. And that's pretty much how the Rangers won this, just destroyed the entire army. So after all the Armada ships have been destroyed, T-Roy and Orion blow up the main spaceship with the Emperor in it. Yes, this is how the main villain of this season went out. Two Rangers fought him and then blew up his spaceship with him inside it. That's how they defeated the big bad of this season. Amazing, right? Yeah. Meanwhile, the other 4 Rangers, they defeated Red Kerr like anybody fucking cares. And after that, you know, at first, the other Rangers, they thought T-Roy and Orion had died and when the ship blew up, right? They're like, oh my God, no! But then we saw that Troy and Orion survived, right? And they turned into the In-Space powers. Red In-Space Ranger, Silver In-Space Ranger. And they were on the Galaxy Gliders, hanging 10, and that's how they survived the explosion. So, and I'm bringing this up only because them using the In-Space powers in this way is just, I think it's the most unique thing that this season has done. It's the most original, unique thing that this season has done in 20 episodes. It's just the fact that they not only turned into In-Space, but used the Galaxy Gliders. It's like, this entire season should have been stuff like this. You know, using the Galaxy Gliders, or using the Jet Jammers, or, I don't know, turning into Season 3 ninja forms just because you feel like it. Or, I mean, using Mighty Morphin's jetting. You know, this whole season should have been stuff like that. And this is literally the only time. Okay. So yeah, the Emperor is dead, right? It's over, right? No, because we have millions of foot soldiers marching towards the Rangers right now. So millions of X-Borgs and some bruisers are marching towards the Rangers. Oh no, what are we gonna do? So at this point, every Power Ranger team shows up to help the Megaforce Rangers. Every team. Mighty Morphin, Alien Rangers, Turbo In-Space, Lost Galaxy, Time Force, Wild Force, Ninja Storm, Dino Thunder, SPD, Mystic Force, Overdrive, Jungle Fury, RPM, Samurai, they all come to assist the Rangers, you know. Even some new powers, they're all here to help the Megaforce Rangers win this fight. Alright, so the teams, they come together, right? and they fight these foot soldiers. Tell me why the majority of this fight we already saw last year in Troy's visions. Tell me why. Why was the majority of this fight already aired? The rest of the stuff that was added was just the Megaforce Rangers fighting foot soldiers and the Samurai Rangers fighting foot soldiers. I'm like, did they just, are they under the impression that this is a Samurai Megaforce team up? Because it's not. It's the entire Rangers. Every Ranger is coming together. This isn't just Samurai Megaforce. We should have saw new footage of almost like all the Rangers. You know what I mean? It should. And it's not like the extra scenes they added were even spectacular. It was just, I kicked that grunt. I punched that grunt. It was. Okay. Also, Robo Knight just randomly shows up in the fight too. He just randomly shows up here, and it's like, if you have not been keeping up with this terrible season, let me inform you that Robo Knight died in the two-parter. Vorak is back. Yeah, Robo Knight died in that two-parter. One of the only things I liked in that two-parter, that he died. And now he's just here. No explanation either. He just shows up and Troy's like, hello again, old friend. It's like, good to be back. It's like, how are you back? How? Are you a ghost? Are you a robo ghost? Because the way he died is that he gave up his life force to save Orion. How the fuck a robot has life force? I don't know. So that's what I'm saying. Are you a ghost right now? Are you a ghost robot? Are you a zombie robot? Like, why are you here? And not only you being here, is that nobody even bats an eye at it. Troy should have been like, Robo Knight, how are you here? How is this possible? And if Robo Knight, look, if you didn't even want to explain it, you could have just had Robo Knight being, look, don't worry about that, I'm back, now fight. It's like, they didn't even acknowledge it. It's just, hello again, old friend. God. So, yeah, all the Rangers working together, they defeat foot soldiers. And then after that, Tommy says some more words to Troy, like, you know, you're doing a good job, you kept the legacy intact, or some shit, I don't know. And then all the Rangers just teleport out. They teleport in this huge beam of light, and it just knocks the Megaforce Rangers on their asses. And when I first saw that, I died. I died. I'm like, are you serious? It was just hilarious. It's like, if I liked the Megaforce Rangers, I would have been like, oh man, that's such an asshole thing to do, right? But since I don't like them, I just laughed my ass off. Like, I wish that would have killed them actually. But anyway, so all the old school Rangers, they teleport off the planet for some reason. I'm pretty sure the majority of them live on Earth, but whatever, they teleported off the planet in this amazing beam of light for some reason, I don't know. And that was pretty much the end of this. Like, the Rangers, the Megaforce Rangers, they celebrated their victory. Robo Knight was also gone for some reason. I'm not even gonna try to figure out Robo Knight. So the 6 Megaforce Rangers with Orion there, they celebrated their victory. Gia kissed Jake on the cheek, not even the lips, and I don't know, I guess happy ever after. I don't, man. Alright. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you should not be surprised by anything I'm going to say now. This finale was trash. It was terrible. And you cannot be surprised at me saying this. This was fucking awful. Let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. This legendary battle only consists of foot soldiers. You called every Power Ranger team that we know about, even some teams we didn't fucking know about. You called every Ranger team in the past 21 years to fight some foot soldiers. Are you fucking kidding me? Have you completely lost your mind? This is the legendary battle. Are you, what? Oh my god. You do understand that the Megaforce Rangers have fought this many foot soldiers in almost every fucking episode. And I'm not even exaggerating how many foot soldier fights they had. They fight foot soldiers like this on a daily basis. And this is the legendary battle. This is the legendary battle. There are so many ways they could have spiced up this fight. It's not even funny. You could have had old monsters come back to life. Like old monsters in this season that were previously destroyed could have been brought back to life. You could have brought back monsters from, I don't know, season 1, season 2, season 3, season 4, season 5, season 6. You could have brought back all types of old school monsters to spice up this fight and make it legendary. You know what I mean? You could have used unused monsters from Gokaiger. Like, you know, what happened to that damn monster that showed up the episode that Dahmer's died? What happened to the monster that showed up with the Emperor and Red Car? What was his name? Yellow Car or some shit? Oh my god, these names. But whatever, the monster with the eye, you know, what happened? He just fucking disappeared. You could have had him in this last battle, leading the charge against everything. You know what I mean? Utilize what you have. All those unused Gokaiger monster suits could have brought back old school monsters from the history of the show. So much you could have done. And can we talk about the Legendary Rangers? Like I said earlier, the only new scenes you added to this fight were of the Megaforce Rangers and of Samurai. What about the rest of the Rangers, man? You could have showed the Turbo Rangers kicking ass, the Lost Galaxy Rangers kicking ass, like in original footage. You know what I mean? Like original Power Rangers, American footage. We could have saw them kicking all types of ass in a way that only Power Rangers can kick ass. And it's, oh my god. And freaking Tommy, like, the promotion for this legendary episode. Y'all put this squarely on Tommy, like they're bringing back the ultimate power. Him. And yet, you don't have him doing shit in this fight? Are you serious? We don't see any footage of the Green Ranger kicking ass. Are you serious? If I was running this show, if I was doing this legendary fight, I wouldn't have even stopped at just Tommy kicking ass at the Green Ranger. I would have had him kick ass at the Green Ranger, then I would have had him turn into the White Ranger, then I would have had him turn into Zeo, then he would have turned into Turbo, then he would have turned into Jonathan the Black Ranger. That's what I would have done, because he's been a Ranger so many times. I would have had him switching out all his powers in that fight, and it would have been badass. You know what I mean? Oh my god. And like, and you know that picture of Jason David Frank and Hector, you know, goofing around, Tommy and Mikey goofing around, where Mikey had the Green Ranger shield on the samurai suit. I would have incorporated that shit in this actual episode, because that would have been badass to see Mikey wearing the Green Ranger shield. Like, are you kidding me? There are so many things they could have done in this episode. So many things. But hey, let me say this. Look, if this had to be the legendary battle, if the legendary battle could only be against foot soldiers, right? Don't make that the last battle, is what I'm saying. Do not have the last battle of this episode be against foot soldiers. Have the last battle be against the big bad, the Emperor. There is no reason in the world that the Emperor should have went out like a bitch. There's no... You're gonna have him just get blown up in the ship. Are you freaking kidding me? That's how the Emperor dies? My god. You remember how so many people complained of how the Emperor died in Gokaiger? Like, oh, he didn't put up that much of a fight. Well, look at this. The Emperor shouldn't have died that way. What you should have did was have the Emperor come back, and while the Legendary Rangers are holding off all the foot soldiers, the Megaforce Rangers finish off the Emperor, because it is their season. So we let the Legendary Rangers keep fighting the foot soldiers, hold them off, and the Megaforce Rangers, they finish off the Emperor by doing transformations that we have never seen before. We have them turn not only into past suits, but like their super mode, I guess you can say. So we're doing SPD SWAT mode. We're doing Lost Galaxy Lights of Orion. We're gonna do Mystic Force, was it Legend mode in Mystic Force? Whatever, they're Legend mode. You know, we're gonna do Jungle Fury, Jungle Master mode. You know, that's what we're gonna do in this. We're gonna use all these super modes that we have not done in this entire season, and we're gonna go up against the Emperor with that kind of power and kick his ass. And then for the finishing blow, we're gonna turn into a bunch of Red Rangers and utilize their battleizers and just fuck the Emperor up that way. You know what I mean? That would have been a far more satisfying ending to this. This should have been a two-parter, man. When I think about all the time they wasted in these episodes, it's just ridiculous, man. Like, look at episode 19, The Wrath. You want to explain to me why Lavera needed a Megazord fight and a ground fight? You really want to explain this to me? Lavera. Who the fuck is Lavera that she needs a Megazord fight and a ground fight? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You know how episode 19 should have started? Episode 19 should have started with Lavera walking into, you know, the Emperor's throne room, and the Emperor just said, bitch, you are part of that group that let my son die. It's time for you to go. Boom! And she's dead. And that's it. And then we move on to the invasion with all the millions of alien ships and shit. And then we get to the Legendary Rangers doing stuff. That's what it should have been. Make this a two-parter. Give us time to show us awesomeness, not Lavera fighting against Mighty Morphin Red and then 4 new powers and shit like prisms and supersonic. Like, what? Oh God! All the time that was wasted, man. I would have loved to have seen the Legendary Rangers have more speaking lines. There were so many of them that didn't have lines at all. Not only would I have cut out all of those Lavera fights, I would have cut out some of those Legendary Rangers help random civilians too. Like, I don't think we needed that many of that, honestly. Like, I would have left just the Lightspeed one. Yes, Dana can run in her heels to help that man. I would have left that because Lightspeed was really, it was that season that was about that the most, about just helping people who've been hurt and saving you out of a burning building. That is what Lightspeed was about. So I would have left that in there. But the rest of them, like with Leo, like I would have took out his scene with the dog and the kid. Like instead, I would have had Leo fighting some foot soldiers unmorphed with his Quasar Saber. That would have been awesome. To me, anyway. I would have loved to have seen some shit like that. Maybe he's saving some civilians by kicking some ass. I would have loved that. And the same thing with Tommy. Like, if I would have saw Tommy unmorphed with Saba kicking some ass, that would have been everything, man. Or maybe we have a scene with some of the Legendary Rangers speaking with the Megaforce Rangers some more, like putting some encouragement in them, like never give up, man. Like, you know how the episode started with like all of the Megaforce Rangers like on the ground unconscious. Maybe we could have had some of the Legendary Rangers help them out, like, hey Jake, are you okay? Like, I'm a Ranger too, let me help you out. You know, Troy, you alright? Emma, you okay? You know, it could have been Caron doing that, Damon doing that. Like, utilize your Legendary Rangers some more. We could have had the Legendary Rangers go to the command center, speak with Gosei, like some other fans said, like maybe Gosei called the Legendary Rangers to help. Like, there could have been a lot of shit going on in this. Oh, and Gosei and Tenso. So Gosei and Tenso weren't even seen in this episode, which honestly is very normal in this season. But the thing is, it's the freaking finale, man. Like, it's the finale. And the only time Gosei was in this is that Troy was speaking with him on his communicator. So we didn't see him, but we heard Gosei like, oh, it's a shame that the Zords were destroyed, Rangers. Stay tough. And that's about it. Are you serious? Are you serious? And it's like, I'm being really rambly right now, so let me get my thoughts together. So, when Gosei was talking with Troy, it was nighttime. Troy and the other Rangers, they're sleeping on the street right now. And Troy is talking to Gosei like, yeah, we're going to try to hang tough. And it's like, are you kidding me? Why are your Power Rangers out in the street at night when they could be with you in your command center? Oh my God. It's like, it is just like that fan-made parody that's on YouTube right now with Gosei. Gosei is really like, they're teenagers. They should be fine on their own. Like, oh my God. Like, don't you even try to care. And not only did Gosei just not help them at this matter, it's like we didn't even, there was no closure. You know what I mean? The Rangers, they won. They had their major victory. There was no thank you for everything, Gosei. See you later, Gosei. Here's my powers, Gosei. There was nothing like that. Like, we just didn't see Gosei and Tensou ever again. And it's not like I'm complaining that much about that because I don't like them. But still, it's like, story-wise, come on. Honestly, let's be real. Gosei and Tensou probably abandoned the Earth. Maybe that's the reason. That's the real reason why Gosei turned his command center into a spaceship. It's like, oh shit, Tensou, it's gotten too hairy. We gotta get the hell out of here. Gosei command. This season, they just about did everything wrong in this episode. Like, this whack-ass poor man's countdown to destruction. Like, I don't know. I mean, to be fair, I'm going to give it one good mark. When I saw all the Ranger teams show up, you know, at the end where when the foot soldiers were coming and then the Megaforce Rangers see all the old school Rangers on that cliff, that was awesome. Like, it moved something in me. Just seeing those suits together, you know, it did something. So, thanks for that feeling, I guess. But, like, everything else about this episode was just terrible. It just really... It was just a major letdown. And that's what I can say about this entire season. It is a major letdown. And honestly, it pisses me off. It pisses me off a little bit. It's like, you should never let a TV show, especially a kid's show, like, anger you. Like, you know, it's ridiculous. But this angers me. It angers me. It doesn't just annoy me. It angers me that this season was so bad. That this finale was so bad. Because I grew up with this show. I've been watching this show for years. Like, ever since I first started, I have not really stopped. I grew up with this. I know this show. I know the storylines. I know the characters. I know there really isn't any other show that I can honestly say I know it as well as Power Rangers. So when we get to this 21st anniversary season and anniversary episode, we get to this. Oh my God, this season, it should have been, I don't want to say a reward for watching this show so long, but it should have been something like, it should have been something that acknowledges, yes, we know that there are fans that have been watching this for so long, and it should have been like references throughout the season that, you know, I would get like that because I watched these seasons, so I know this. Oh, that's funny, that's cool, you brought this back. The Phantom Ranger's back to help. Ninja is back to help. Oh, that's awesome, I remember this. Like, that's what this whole season should have been, and yet it wasn't. The season was nothing. Like, literally nothing. Nothing happened. You couldn't even do Jake and Gia right. Like, my God, nothing happened in this season. Like, nothing. For 2 years, you wasted my time. Or maybe I wasted my own time. I wasted my own time by continuing to watch, even though I knew this was terrible. But that's just me. I guess that's the completionist in me, and the fact that I've been watching this show for so long that I couldn't just really give up on it. But I don't know, man. I'm gonna watch Dino Charge. I'm gonna give it a chance because you gave me a Black Pink Ranger, and Judd Lin, Chip Lin, he's back, and I know he's capable of writing a good season. So yes, and also Jonathan Sakura is not the executive producer anymore, and I don't know if he left on his own or if he was fired. I honestly hope he was fired because you gave me 4 years of terrible Power Ranger seasons, and yeah, you deserve to be fired for that. Because I've been hearing all this stuff about how there actually were some creative writers on the team, but then they were let go because they didn't want to just copy the Super Sentai. So yeah, you need to go. You need to be fired. You ruined my damn anniversary season. There is no excuse for why this season is as terrible as it is. There's no excuse for that. I don't get it. Like, this season should have been uniquely Power Rangers. This should have been so much that only Power Rangers could do. But instead, you borrowed mostly from Super Sentai. You didn't even do what Super Sentai did, because Super Sentai, Gokaiger went above and beyond in theirs, but you took the bare minimum of what they've done. And it's just, oh, Down to Charge. Just be good. Be good, Down to Charge. And I know that on Monday, we're supposed to be getting an extended version of the Legendary Battle. I honestly don't think that it will make a difference. I really don't, but we'll see. It certainly isn't going to save this season, which is one of the worst seasons of all time. But I mean, we're going to see what they add to it. And I swear, it better be something to do with the Legendary Rangers. If you're adding Megaforce Ranger stuff to this, piss off. Because that doesn't matter. Who cares if the Megaforce Rangers are doing more shit? We want to see the Legendary Rangers. I want to see Corone fuck shit up. You know what I mean? I don't want to see the Megaforce Rangers talking about bullshit. That's just, no thank you. I already heard it. Yes, Emma, the sky is really beautiful because the earth has been beautiful. It's always fucking beautiful. We get it, Emma. I don't need any more lines like that. I really want to call this season the worst season of all time. I really do. Not, I mean, I can think of a couple of seasons that are worse, but the thing is, Super Megaforce, there is no season that had as much potential as Super Megaforce, and it failed so badly, and that's what makes it the worst for me. There was so much potential. There was no real reason to fail this badly. Fail, fine, you failed, but whatever. But this badly, there's no excuse for that. I don't know what else to say anymore. It's just, I hate this. And there was no, like, I wasn't going to go into this being like, well, at least they brought back some old Rangers, so let me give it a 3 out of 5. You gotta be kidding me! This is terrible. It's terrible. You get a fucking 1. So if you're watching this video, this very rambly review of this episode, because really my thoughts are just all over the place. I can't even focus on how terrible this is. So if you're watching this video, leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought of this. Did you actually like it? Did you hate it like me? Did you just think it was okay? Like, just let me know. I mean, we all have our opinions. I'm going to be on the side of this was bullshit. But if you're on the side that it was great, you can leave me that comment. Let me know. So yeah, I'm ending this video now. Later, guys. Jamata minasan.